Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, I am really surprised that just happened. That was the weirdest coincidence. I have a dual wield dagger girl, and I just went against a samurai girl. And that is right where we're gonna kick this video off with, because I absolutely adore samurai like characters in general. I love their way of just fighting. I love the way of their style usually. They're more humbles usually. Some of them can be caught, like there has to be some bad guys if there's a samurai anime. So there's been bad guy samurai people, but mostly there's a whole like honor system and code and all that stuff that once you put samurai on these characters in other animes that might not have the same exact rules, they still their character expresses it still in some way, shape, or form. In my opinion, and I know you guys know that, but I had to explicitly say some things now that I didn't really think I ever had to say, like, hey, this is a review for this show, so if you haven't seen this episode, you might get spoiled if you're watching this. I apologize. Like, I actually had to say that, and that's pretty wild to me. So, I guess it just means I'm getting bigger because people are finding my videos. But regardless, I love the fact of the matter where some characters should not be everything. Characters are humans, us as, just fans of certain types of shows. Every time we see shows, usually there's a character that's everything, right? Like whatever he needs to be at the moment, that's what he is. He becomes all of it. And that was kind of annoying for me for some shows. And I think this show is so aware of that they poke fun at it almost, right? Like not poke fun at it as much as they just highlight it as a broad point in the character development of our characters in the sense of, hey, this guy doesn't, or sorry, Maple hates to fight, like humans. She doesn't care for it, right? But in this sense of the event, that's what's going on. Like you're supposed to fight humans. You're supposed to go in. And guess what our dual wielding awesome dagger chick does? She does what she enjoyed and what she wanted to do in the first place, which was test out her skills against some of the most skilled, not just NPCs, not just, ones and zeros. She's going against people that can actually react to the skill at the right time. For instance, the samurai girl, and just how close of a battle it actually was turning out to be, seemingly, until all of a sudden you really get a good glance at just what is going on, right? So, with all that being said, we can honestly say that anyone who kind of starts to stand in the way of the girl with the daggers is going to be the ones that just get absolutely destroyed by her. And we know Maple can hold her own, but she just doesn't care to. So it's in her character, it's built in for her to just straight up have a moment and be like, yeah, I don't want to fight these guys. I feel like I shouldn't need to fight them. Something like that can happen, and it's not out of the question, right? Because she's shown us time and time again she does not care for this PvP. And her friend was so anxious to get at it from multiple episodes that once she's actually cut off the leash, she even has to leave her pet behind because she's about to go so nastily wild on everybody. I swear, I kid you not. She goes so ham throughout like a good 10 like minutes or a full day span for her, but in the show it's about maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and it's just her absolutely destroying every single person in sight. And it's absolutely beautiful because it's what I wanted to know about her. It's what I wanted to see grow about her. Because guess what? I never got to see anything remotely uh, telling about what she would do in PvP. We just had a good idea, right? We just had a guess at where it was going to go as a whole. So to know that it played out much better than I expected was good. And I'm hoping that a lot more can come from people making their characters kind of hold each other's other like negatives are not negative, not even a negative, but hold up each other's sides of the spectrum that they shouldn't be. Like if I'm the happy-go-lucky person, why am I also all of a sudden this killer and I want to slay and take people's lives and PvP in the intense mode? It just doesn't match up. So to actually match it up with their personalities and make them feel even more unique from each other than just, oh, they need to be together for this to work. No. If these two split up now at any time, we know exactly what to expect of their future, of their growth, right? One of them's going to be the OP lord of running dungeons and just you know, grinding. Did you see what she chose to do with her turtle? If you didn't, I need to say less because that's one of the best parts of the whole episode this week. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. It's just the minor things they do in this show. It's so funny and so actually like scary to the creators or like the people who are monitoring her. They're like, "Hey, Maple she," and they're like, "You know what? Don't even tell me. Don't even tell me." The last boss has nothing on her right now. She is actually the final boss of the show, and we've been watching it this whole time. So guess what? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I thought I had something there, but I didn't. But that's what's so funny about the show is because I don't want there to be anything besides that. There's so much of this world they haven't explained or explored that we can still have them just be oblivious to it, just like we are. And that's awesome because they're still rocking the same basic gear, which I mean, we've seen Kimito. We've seen, a lot of shows where Log Horizon, Excel World, they play the game for times and times again where other people are changing their stuff, but the main characters usually don't change that much, right? So, understandable. I mean, our character has a white shield that she doesn't even use. She straight up got a brand new shield and she's never used it, which is still like baffled me. And then back to the samurai girl and just how broken she would be in an actual party with them all the time consistently. Like if she just was like, "Hey, anytime I'm on, I kind of want to just run with you guys and play and, game with you guys." If that was the case, it is a wrap. It's over. You're losing. Like you're not winning, So good luck and goodbye. So I don't know. I think they're just really having fun with this show, and it really shows a lot through their characters, um, through their overall like way of just building them up, in my opinion. And I don't know. I think it's one of the more funner ways that I've seen a show and characters grow on me so quickly. And I'm not saying shows haven't grown on me quicker, but I've also seen people's points of where, this is like basic stuff. Like this has happened in almost every single show, right? And you can look at it that way. That's fair. But when you have something as, oh, I'm going the wrong way. When you have something as these girls, changing your perspective on where the story's going to go just because of certain events that pop up every single time, that's pretty fun, right? Like anytime they wind up doing something out of the normal or that they find, it could end up just changing the overall way they approach the rest of, the situation, and that's always fun. And I think the creator knows that. I think he knows people would enjoy this. So if you aren't, I definitely would love to hear more criticisms about it. Like if there's really good criticisms out there, I can't help but not listen to them, right? And whatever the case may be, I will either try to give you my reason why I think it's good or bad, or if I agree with it or not, whatever the case. But yeah, I definitely suggest you guys check it out if you haven't already. I don't know why you're here if you haven't already. You're crazy, but it's getting better. And with this girl being this PvP killer, I definitely suggest you guys be ready for anything that pop off in this show, and maybe her to even, you know, gun for the top person that we also hear is one of the OGs of taking on people in PvP. So, with all that being said, I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you as soon as possible. So, with all that being said, peace.